My fiancé was standing too close to the train tracks. I'd only stepped away for a minute to toss my empty water bottle, and then there he was, the toes of his dress shoes on that pimpled yellow stripe. I could tell from the set of his back and neck that he was scrolling through emails. A subtle line of fuzz edged his neck below his neat haircut. Glimpsing that vulnerable part of him made emotion well inside me. It would be so easy to push him. A gangly stranger jostled me in the crowd, stumbling a bit before righting himself. It was enough to snap me out of my bad thoughts. "Careful!" I snatched Noah's hand and pulled him away from the tracks, unsure if the warning was for him or for me. Noah moved toward me obediently, eyes still on his phone screen. A beat later, he looked up, and his crinkled gray eyes made my heart plummet. With my opposite hand, I rotated the ring I wore on my right index finger, the one I'd designed to look like a spiny bird's nest out of wire, and pressed the pad of my thumb into its sharp edges. Bad Liv. Noah smirked, reaching for my hand. "You're cute when you get all mother hen on me, you know that?" I smiled through a tide of anxiety. Anxiety, yes. That must be why I was having these unwelcome thoughts again. I felt for the heart-shaped outline of Sam's letter in my pocket, itching to unfold the worn piece of notebook paper right there in the terminal and read it for the umpteenth time. No use in telling Noah how on edge I felt. He'd never understand why a letter from my childhood best friend was freaking me out. I'd breezily told him I was taking the train into Guilford for an impromptu get-together, and he hadn't asked for any more details. This wasn't quite a lie. It was an impromptu get-together. It just happened to be with someone who'd been ignoring my pleas to reconnect for 8 years. With a shriek, the train materialized in the dark, glowing headlights like insect eyes. Noah squeezed my hand, and I gave 2 quick squeezes back. It was our secret code we'd developed freshman year of college. Love you. Love you too. Noah was a Midwestern brand of cute, with a heart-rendingly shy smile. The moment his broad shoulders cut into the doorway of the dorm common room, I'd had a singular thought. Mine. My suite mates had groaned about what a disgustingly cute couple we made, but I didn't miss the glint of envy in their eyes. I knew they could scarcely believe I'd somehow, on a campus swarming with entitled man-children fixated on getting into as many girls' pants as possible, locked down our dorm's most eligible bachelor. Sometimes I had trouble believing it myself, even after all this time. Noah drew me into a kiss, and I leaned into it, hoping to blot out my unease. Then I forced myself to be the first to break away and slipped onto the train, sending him a little wave from the door. I'd woken that morning with dread pulsing through me, in that weird way you can sometimes feel your heartbeat in your muscles. Just thinking about winding below the dark canopies on Westlake Avenue toward Sam's house set my blood simmering. What could she possibly want to tell me? I chose a seat by the window and settled against the fabric headrest, wrapping one leg around the other twice like a vine. I spotted Noah on the platform, watching a family wrangling 2 small children into their double stroller. It was something he'd started showing more of an interest in since we'd gotten engaged. "Don't get any ideas," I warned the first time I'd seen his eyes go soft and wistful watching a toddler chasing a gaggle of pigeons. We'd both laughed off the sharpness in my voice. Yes, I was insanely lucky to have Noah, but sometimes he needed to be reminded to pump the brakes. I wasn't even 27. I wasn't even used to the term fiancé yet. On good days, it raised my heart rate in a not entirely unpleasant way. On bad days, it made my whole body stiffen, like a cobra preparing to strike. Across the aisle of the train now, a 40-something man folded an empty wax paper bag in half, eyes flickering away from me. The train jerked to life and slid from the platform. It was only once we'd built speed that I turned my hands palms up on my thighs, studying the pad of my thumb I'd pressed into my ring. Dark blood clamored under the skin. Good. Once, over happy hour, a coworker had grabbed my hand at the wrong angle. Her wine-stained lips had cinched tight with shock as she recoiled. "Jesus, Liv, was that your ring? Do I need to get a tetanus shot now?" Later, she'd joked about how brilliant I'd been to design jewelry that doubled as a weapon out in the city. I didn't have the heart to tell her I'd only ever turn it against myself.